What's your color? I wanna know. What's your color? I wanna know.
You tune in to the Zaki Bhika show, and as usual, we are uplifting and empowering the community. We want you to share your story, so get in touch with us via Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or YouTube. Drop it down, BK. We were inundated with requests to address the drug addiction within our community regarding the availability of drugs, the visibility of dealing, the normalizing and ease at which drugs are available, the social nuisances, and community safety. So, for the upcoming few weeks, we will be chatting to various people to perhaps shed some light on this topic. With us in studio today is Rodger. Due to the sensitivity of the content of this episode on drug abuse, Rodger's face has been blurred out. So to the viewers, please bear with us. Hi Rodger, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
So tell us, how old were you when you first started taking drugs, and what did you start with?
I would say I was a late bloomer when it came to drugs and alcohol, but it started at the age of 20.
Really?
Yes, at the age of 20.
Okay.
I started with recreational drugs, which was normally for clubbing.
Okay.
It was ecstasy, number one.
Okay.
So, yes, but ecstasy, how I used to use it was only over the weekends.
Okay.
When I'm clubbing, or because that's the kind of drug it is. It was recreational. We used to go to raves, big parties.
Okay.
It was good. At the time, we felt it was a good drug.
Okay. So, Rodger, how were you actually introduced? You said about the clubbing, but were you pushed into it? Was it your own choice, or?
I would say my circle of friends that we hung around together, clubbing, raves, everything. They started first.
Okay.
I was a Red Bull addict.
Okay.
So I used to use Red Bull, but I saw what
Red Bull addict.
Yes.
Okay.
I was addicted to Red Bull.
Really?
I was on the stage, I got competitions and.
Okay, so how much Red Bull were you actually drinking?
At 1999 Super Bowl in Sun City, about 15 cans per night and morning.
Really?
Yes. What I see is I needed the stamina to cope up with them.
Okay.
You see?
And at that stage you weren't taking drugs?
No, not even alcohol.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, right. this is going to be an interesting story. So?
That's why I call myself a late bloomer.
Okay.
So, I said I have my mentor says I have an addictive personality.
Okay.
But I suppose medical professionals will tell me it's not medical. I mean, it's not a personality or addiction.
Disorder, yes.
Yeah. So, yes, at the time I had a girlfriend which became my wife, my friends.
Okay.
But when we did do drugs, we did it responsibly as a group. There was experience, I mean, the first time I took a drug was in 1999 when I attended one of the biggest raves. Okay. So I started using it gradually, small amounts.
Okay, so this was the time when you were introduced to drugs. Yes. So it was you and a group of friends at a rave.
Yes.
Okay.
And the thing is, it's a quite expensive drug, so it's more of an exclusive drug. So it's not something someone can afford every day. 150 Rand, 200 Rand.
Okay, so 150 Rand, what? For the viewers out there, you must remember, lots of them don't know. 150 Rand is like what?
Just for one tablet.
One tablet.
Of ecstasy, because that is what, back in 1999, you got quality, it was very scarce to get it.
Okay.
So, yes, you're going to be paying the price. Although the drug dealers at your raves and that.
Right.
But not all of us have that kind of money.
Money, absolutely,
so
yes.
What we do is you save up for the big rave. You save up.
Right. It's an event.
Exclusive drugging.
Yes.
Being exclusive, I'll say drugging, because you got names to your drugs nowadays. So I would say it's exclusive drug because not everyone can afford it.
Could afford it. Okay.
Otherwise you find everyone at a party all drugged up and.
Okay. So one ecstasy tablet at 150 Rand back in the day would give you a high for that night?
18 hours.
18 hours.
Because you got ecstasy, you got acid, and you got MDMA capsules. They're all 3 different drugs, but basically they give you the same vibe, the same outcome.
Okay.
The personality changes.
Okay.
You become more confident. You
Right.
suffer from low self-esteem, which I did.
Okay.
So it's a confidence booster.
Okay.
But when it starts pulling out, that's when, okay, if you don't have any emotional baggage, then it's
Right.
fine.
Right.
But with certain drugs, you have emotional baggage. The withdrawal of that drug from your system.
Okay.
Let's say everything that is bad in your life, emotionally, tends to play on your mind.
Okay. So Rodger, tell me, after that, okay, you were taking it for weekends, I suppose, because you say when you went clubbing.
Yes.
How quickly did it escalate? How did you start becoming?
Okay, when it came to the ecstasy, it was weekend. Then there was a tough in my marriage. I had to leave. I just walked away from my wife. But that's when I got introduced to cat
Okay.
and cocaine.
Okay. So was your relationship broken with your wife because of the drugs?
Because I tell you, sometimes back on drugs, it used to be a compliment to me, or whatever it is. I was biggest bullshitter, manipulator. I knew which buttons to press, what to tell her,
Okay.
why I'm like this.
Right.
And I was simply out of love, she believed me. But it became a norm now. The lies became truth. The truth became a lie to her.
Right.
Those are the kind of things that when we with the cat and the cocaine, now it becomes now addictive.
Okay.
Because
So okay. Now you got cat and cocaine. Is cat and cocaine cheaper than ecstasy?
no.
Okay.
Cocaine is the most expensive one on the market right now.
Right.
Then you got cat, and then ecstasy. I haven't been in that environment in many years. I don't even know if they still sell ecstasy.
Okay.
But I know the MDMA capsule, yes, it's
MDM.
MDMA.
Okay. What
It's
is
the
that?
main ingredient in ecstasy. But
Alright.
the MDMA capsule is pure MDMA.
Okay.
So that's at least 24 hours to 30 hours high.
Sure. Okay, Rodger, when did your family find out? Now you separated with your wife, you back with your family.
Okay, she found out, I'm talking about my wife now.
Okay.
She found out after I came back. I moved away for a few years.
Okay.
I lived, I lived 2 separate lives. I worked all the way in Superblock in Johannesburg.
Right.
And my wife was here in Loyo.
Okay.
Because of the recreation, the use and the drug abuse now, everything getting okay. I started having an affair.
Okay. And you stayed away from Lodian.
No one knew that. No.
You
I
used
lived
to.
2 lives in one day.
Okay.
It seems far-fetched, but it's the truth.
Right.
Because she worked with me and
Okay.
I had to come back at night.
That's right.
But the lies I told her, the lies that I used to give my wife was,
Yes.
she believed it.
Sure.
And the thing is, I actually used that, what she believed,
Yes.
without building up on more lies. When she believed the one, yes.
Yes. It just escalates. Yes.
Yes. It's not, I'm not lying to cover up a lie.
Right.
I'm telling you a different lie today.
Okay.
But we as drug addicts, because we believe it.
Yes.
they
You
believe
can
it.
make someone else believe it.
How we do this, it's beyond me, because we don't, it's not in the back of our head. The phone call comes, where are you? The lie comes out just like that.
You
It flows
have an
out of your
answer.
mouth, yes.
Yes.
And it wasn't predetermined or anything.
Okay.
Nothing was premeditated before I left to go in the club or whatever. Everything just happened.
Just happens.
Yes, we become
Okay.
so good at like manipulating. Yes, I had an affair. Myself and my mother-in-law were staying together at the time. We had a tough. I came back from night shift work. I took my baby and I left for 3 years.
Okay.
On and off with my wife.
All right.
So which is why I had an affair that time.
Okay.
What I want to say is, when I was coming back, because my wife was always truly in love with me, she wanted me back.
Right.
But that's what happened after my accident. I was with the same woman in the car. I was in a terrible accident, motor vehicle accident, coma for 8 months. So,
And you were driving under the influence, I suppose. Is that why the accident happened?
yes, but then this is now, when you're under influence of drugs,
Yes.
you're more happy than anything else. But this time I lost my temper.
Okay.
And I was driving angry.
Okay.
I did have quite a fast car, so the thing is, even after the accident, after coming out of the coma, I still managed to lie and manipulate her.
Really? So you were 8 months in a coma and you still didn't lose the addiction?
You see, the addiction again, what I find out was a heavy medication after the accident.
Okay. Okay, so then
But as soon as I felt my back was broken, I still have a full body cast from the neck to
Okay.
the back.
Okay.
But as soon as I could walk properly,
Right.
my mouth was wide shut for almost a year as well.
Okay.
I would cast the sympathy in my mouth.
Wow. Okay, you have a story. I think this episode has to go on for maybe two
I
rounds.
the last 10 years, from 2010 up until 2 months ago, if I tell you my life story, it's going to be out of a movie script or something that effect. But it's how I led his life. Doing sideline business, making money.
Okay.
And those kind of things.
So that is one very important question. How easy is drugs accessible to an addict?
Now,
Yes.
you don't even have to pick a phone up. Back in my day with drugs, well, I'm still a drug addict anyway, but back then, you pick the phone up, it gets delivered to your door.
Okay.
Now, you walk out of your door, the dealer is right next to you. Or you walk down to where the community where they do sell drugs. It's easy accessible. It's too accessible now for our own good.
How does an addict make money to get drugs? You said you had sideline businesses. What is this?
Before I lost myself, my emotional breakdown and stuff like that, I used to, it's illegal but never hurt anybody. Yes, I always had party money,
Okay.
which I would spend all the money on guys that I worked with, because I wanted a good time. So drugs and how it came in, I'm not going to disclose because of that.
Okay.
But I never hurt anyone, I never killed anyone.
Okay.
But there was something that you were doing. So, the thing is with how accessible it is to us. We make a call,
Right.
the guy comes past with his car, just exchange over from one window to another window.
It's exactly like you see in the movies.
Exactly. You go to a club,
Yes.
the people standing outside in the cardboard is not people going to the club, they're all drug dealers. So you jump out of your car, you
Yes.
go into their club for a reason. They don't search you, they search you for weapons, but they don't search you for drugs. You find drugs and you can go into the club.
Really.
Number one, it's not the music that they play. You like the music, this is why you're going there. You like the music when you're on drugs. That is why you're going there.
Okay.
You haven't got the money. You got a spare pair of khakis, you got a deck, a radio, car radio, you got a subwoofer, you got nice expensive designer clothes.
And you sell that.
I took my child's TV off the shelf in a sober state of mind and I went to go sell it.
For
I
drugs.
took my wife's laptop that she works with to earn money for us.
Yes.
I wasn't working at the time. Everything is on there. I went to sell it.
So
Kitchen stuff.
how easy is it to sell stuff to get drugs?
You're stealing something that you know someone needs.
Right.
It costs 1,000 rand a purchase. You're only going to sell it for $100, $200. We don't need to stand and negotiate like you're negotiating some free market or anything.
You just
What he gives you, you take.
and you get your
Yes.
bits.
But it must be, you start off with 200 rand negotiation with a guy.
Right.
But you know your thing only costs 50 to $100. You start off because most of us are intelligent.
No, absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
We know what to do, we know it's wrong, but yet we still go and do it. Because we need the fix.
Thank you to all those community members that came together to make this kind of awareness available. Please stay tuned for another informative episode next time.